to be a book chat, which I haven't done in a while, so I did have to pare down what I've read because it's been a good few months since I've done one of these. So I'm only going to talk about a few books. I am going to leave my website listed below for you because I have been reviewing a lot of the new releases, particularly in YA fiction and some new adult fiction as well. But I have been reviewing newer books on my website, so I'll leave that listed below. So if you want to follow that link, it'll take you to a bunch of the reviews that I've done within the last couple of months. Without any further ado, because otherwise this video is going to be very, very long, I'm going to get into the list that I've made. So I pared it down to 6 books. 6 books. 2 of them are novellas, and I do believe you can only get them in ebook form. One is The Grift of the Magi by Allie Carter. This is book number 3.5 if you look at the Goodreads listing. But it's the final book, or it comes after the final book of the series. You can read this as a standalone according to the author. So it's part of the High Society series. The other one is called 12 by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and this is the book that comes after the final book in the series of The Naturals. Both of those were super, super good, and a kind of a nice revisit for the characters. Those were 2 of my favorite series by each of the authors, so I was very happy to be able to go back and see Kat and the gang in the High Society books, and Cassie and her group in the Natural series. So that was a big happy for me. Then 2 of the other books are from Colleen Hoover. It's actually a duology. The first book is called Hopeless. The second book is called Losing Hope. And the first book, Hopeless, is from the point of view of Sky. She's the female main character, and Dean Holder, or Holder as he goes by in the first book, is the male main character. Losing Hope is actually from Holder's point of view, but Losing Hope actually starts a little bit before Hopeless. So even though Hopeless is the first book and Losing Hope is the second book, Losing Hope starts about a year before Hopeless does. So both of them were really good. They are a little bit difficult to get through. There is some difficult content in both of them. It deals with difficult situations. How many times can you use the word difficult in a review, Katie? So Hopeless is about Sky, and she is homeschooled up until her senior year in high school. She goes to public school for her senior year, and she meets Holder. They kind of get thrown together a few times, and Holder starts to bring out some memories from her childhood that she had long forgotten, and come to find out that Holder and Sky knew each other when Sky was a child, and that Sky was actually kidnapped from her home, and that is how Holder knew her. At the time she was kidnapped, she called him Dean, and she was friends with both Dean and his sister, who we find out has committed suicide, and that is where the book Losing Hope starts off. So a year before Sky and Holder come together in Hopeless, we have Losing Hope, and that's where Dean's sister commits suicide, and Losing Hope is kind of his point of view of what happens in Hopeless, along with him kind of coming to grips with what his sister's done and moving forward from that. I will mention that, again, these are difficult situations that are posed in Hopeless and Losing Hope, and there is more to the story that I didn't say. So while I did give a few things away, a few spoilers away, I didn't give them all away, so don't think that you shouldn't read the book even though I gave a few things away. Both of them are definitely worth reading. Again, a little difficult to get through. If you're like me and you're an emotional reader, you will probably cry, but it's totally worth it at the end. So moving on from those two books, I have a book from a new author, an author that I've not read before, My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. My Life Next Door kind of reminded me of my own family. So you have Samantha, who's the main character, and she lives with her mother and her sister, her older sister, who at the beginning of the book is, you kind of find out she's a little bit more of the party girl, goes through a new guy every week. And then you've got Samantha, who's kind of laid back, has a few friends, and with the friends that she has are really close, but she's kind of the one that is more reliable. You can rely on her. If she says she's going to be somewhere, she's going to be there. And her mother is then kind of the uptight control freak, has to control every aspect of Samantha's life, or at least that's how it seems from Samantha's point of view. And so Samantha is so when at the beginning of the book you have this family that moves next door to them, which is Jace's family, and Jace's family consists of the mom and dad and 8 children. Well, I want to say it's like 4 or 5 children at the very beginning, and they just keep coming. More and more keep coming. This book and Jace's family kind of reminded me of my own family in that I have a large family. I mean, I only have 3 siblings. You've met 2 of them through my YouTube channel, but I also have a large extended family, and a few difficult things happen. So Samantha's mother, while Samantha is in the back seat, she hits a member of Jace's family with her car after having a few too many drinks. And so you get to watch Jace and his family kind of come together and support each other through this terrible time that they're going through, and then you see how Samantha's mother reacts, and she's kind of, this is something that's out of her control, and she doesn't know what to do, so she's actually giving somebody else control, which is scaring Samantha, when Samantha knows that the right thing to do is just to come forward and actually tell what happened. But Samantha's mom is in politics, and this would ruin her career, and it ends up being a whole huge mess, but that by the end ends up getting straightened out. And like I said, I really enjoyed this one because it did remind me of the warmth and the togetherness of my own family, and so I definitely give this one a thumbs up. You should definitely check it out. Again, the title is My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. So the last book that I'm going to share with you guys today from my have read list is Rewind to You by Laura Johnston. You have Shayna as the main character, and she and her family are visiting their vacation home for the first time in a year. Their vacation home on Tybee Island, and they Samantha the year before had gotten into a car accident with her father, and her father ends up passing away in the accident. She ends up making it out, and her father doesn't, so she feels a lot of guilt at the beginning of this book. And then you have Austin, who comes from a kind of a broken home. His family is not necessarily from the right side of the tracks, if you will, where Shayna's family is, like, her mother is a trust fund baby. Her dad had this huge business that was very successful. So Shayna comes from money, Austin does not. And then they meet because of Shayna's issues. Because of the guilt, anything that reminds her of her father, she faints. And the book is called Rewind to You because every time she faints, or every time she's reminded of something uncomfortable, she rewinds to a time where she was really, really happy with her father. And as her and Austin kind of hang out, she starts rewinding to moments that are not part of her life with her father, but are part of her life with Austin, as short as that time period may have been. And this book, it just kind of shows the growth. I loved this book because of the growth in the characters. Shayna and Austin both start off as kind of Shayna is an unsure female character who she's a little bit skittish. She doesn't know what she wants in her life, so she's letting her mother direct everything she does. And then you have Austin, who knows exactly what he wants in life and is rigidly going to stick with that plan, except by the end of the book, he's like, as they meet and they start to fall in love and they start to, interact together and they start to see each other as a part of each other's lives, they realize that Shayna realizes what she wants, and Austin starts to realize that maybe the plan that he had so rigidly picked for himself may not be the one that he's going to follow. So that one was kind of a fluff novel, but I threw it in there because it does deal with some difficult situations, which seems to be a theme in some of the books that I've been reading lately. Most of the characters come from a difficult situation, and then by the end of the book, they are overcoming it, or they are working towards overcoming it, even if they haven't gotten over it completely. So that is all I have for you as far as what I have been reading, or what I have read. I will tell you that the next book that's going to be going up on my website is the third book in the Perfected series by Kate Jarvik Birch called Unraveled. I do have a couple of other books in my pile that'll be coming too. Lately I've been reading a lot of fluff books. I just got back from vacation this week, so I have been a little bit behind on my reading like serious books, and have been kind of off on a tangent with like romances and just kind of fluff novels, as opposed to the more deep and heavy stuff that I've read in the past. So I look forward to reading more of those types of books though, so definitely if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. I'll take a look at them. Make sure you hit that like button if you liked this video, so I know. Also hit subscribe, because I'm planning on doing more videos like this, because y'all know I love to read. So I will definitely plan on doing more videos like this about my books, because I have heard from a couple of people say that they enjoy videos that I do like this. So I'm going to try and do some more for you guys. Also, I will be continuing to do the tea chats. You guys know I posted one last week with Daniel from the teas that I got when I went to Columbus. So if you haven't watched that one, definitely take a look at that. And otherwise, I have nothing left for you guys. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, comment below with books that you think I'm going to enjoy, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye!